Congratulations making it to part 3 of the Technology Sales Intro course. Let's talk how to start your career in sales development. The average applicant for an SDR position sucks. The reason for this is because most applicants don't understand what they actually would be doing as a sales development rep, and they really don't understand why would the company actually hire them over all of the other applicants who also want that position that you're going after. So how do you get your first position? It's beginning to recognize that companies want to hire applicants who know what sales development reps actually are and what they would be doing day to day, because those folks are rare and those folks tend to find success sooner rather than later. So they ramp up faster, they make more money, and they help the company make more money in the process. That's why it's so important. There's 3 ways for you to begin your career as a sales development rep if you don't have a degree or an experience, internships, connections. Path number 1 is to invest in CourseCareers to learn all of the information you need based on someone who's been there, done that in hundreds of hours of research. Path 2 is to have gone to college, spend $100,000, hope that that piece of paper makes you more qualified than the other applicants who spent a few months learning specialized information. It's really no comparison. And then path number 3 is to have had some sort of relevant experience before to then be able to parlay that into a new experience. So you're thinking, well, Trent, if I need a job to get experience, but I need experience to get a job, what am I ever to do? I have the answer and the solution for you. So the path forward to start your career in software sales is to acquire the skills and knowledge that show that you are willing and able to do the job. This is what companies want. They're willing to overlook the degree or experience requirements if you can go acquire the specialized skills, knowledge, information you need to know through CourseCareers. And we're going to talk through all of those different buckets that you need to know because it's really important. Next, you need to learn how to land interviews and speak the language, walk the walk so that you can talk the talk. And you'll learn lingo from insiders that have actually been there. I've interviewed dozens of sales development reps, and I can tell you the exact questions that you need to know, how I would respond to them, and how you can hack this system. And then step number 3, you'll easily be able to land a full-time position or sales development rep internship if you follow step number 1 and step number 2. Take Nwego. She was working in a super technical QA tester role, and what she talked about was that the role was not fulfilling whatsoever, and it was just simply too technical, not a good match for her skill set or what she wanted to be doing. You can go listen to her video in the story. She does an elegant job explaining just how that frustration led her to a point of, you know what, I need to change. I needed a career change ASAP. And it was that belief of I need better for myself, and there's no point in waiting because the only person that can do the work is me. Nobody is going to come do it for you or save you. You can save yourself by deciding to seek out the specialized knowledge so that you can expedite your journey. And that's exactly what Nwego was able to do and get hired as a sales development rep, making over $60,000 a year, working fully remote as well, because I know a lot of folks really like that fully remote, and that opportunity presents itself to you. What do companies actually care about? Companies don't care about your degree, your last name, what you look like, your pedigree, because they care about your ability to come in and perform and help them make more money. Bottom line, that's why they're going to hire you. They want you to be successful so that you can make money and you can make them more money and you can grow within their company to then eventually be a leader one day. And you can go do that. So they really care about this, you understanding the specialized skills and the knowledge to be successful in the role. You don't need to have done the role to acquire those skills and knowledge. They can be learned, and I'm going to show you how. You need someone giving you insider information. How do you find the right jobs? Where do you apply? What companies do you look for? What do they look for? What are the steps in the interview process? What questions will they ask you? How do you respond to these questions? We outline step by step in a simple, easy to understand, digestible way so that you can feel fully confident in yourself and be super differentiated amongst all the other applicants so you stand out. Because when you're looking for positions, there's all this noise. There's other applicants, there's pay, there's requirements. applicants, pay, degrees, Salesforce experience, tech. Okay, you're thinking, okay, what do I do? How do I navigate this? What does all of this actually mean? So when they say degree required, preferred, basically the companies are inferring we get too many unqualified applicants and we are struggling to find somebody with the required skills, knowledge, and experience. They don't care if you have a degree. They just don't want to waste their time sorting through people who don't know what they're doing or aren't serious about it. And that's not you. Years of experience. We want someone who already knows how to be a sales development rep and won't quit the first week. Basically, they don't want to waste their time hiring people and then losing them because it costs them a lot of money. Quota. We would prefer you have to have experience as a sales closing rep. We don't have enough quality applicants, which they absolutely don't. That's the opportunity for you to take advantage of. And that's why they easily overlook this. So what qualifications do you actually need? It starts with excellent verbal and written communication skills. We have partner organizations that hire you. And the number one piece of feedback as to why students don't advance is due to lack of communication and or grammar skills. So now is an important time to ask yourself, how fluent are you in English, for example? I get this question all the time. If English is not your first language, and you can't overcome an accent that's easy to understand, then that may be a challenge and it may be worth looking into another career path just to be realistic. If you are somebody that recognizes that they can get better, some people have this fixed mindset of, I'm not a good communicator. Think about it. I'm not a good communicator yet. I used to be shy. I'm an introvert. And then I started listening to people who were smarter than me. I started reading books and all of a sudden I started talking more, and now I can communicate in a succinct way, and you can do the exact same thing too. So it's important to be able to hold a conversation, to be able to write clear sentences, and if this is something that you can do, you're a great fit for tech sales. But if it's not something you want to do, and you don't like to talk to people, you don't like to communicate, you don't like to have that performance-based aspect, then it may be worth considering other career path options, because we don't want to waste your time. And we don't want to waste employers' time either. But if this is something that you think you could do, then I highly encourage you to keep pushing through. Proficient with technology. I don't know how to code. I'm not a tech wizard. I didn't grow up with computers. But you need to be comfortable using a computer to work in tech sales especially. Fortunately, we have an entire section built around sales technology of the tools you need to use and everything so that you can navigate calendars, send meeting invites, Zoom links, using the different tools you'll use to make calls, et cetera, et cetera. So it's important to at least be able to manage a computer because that's how you'll make your money and that's how you're learning right now. Enjoy helping people and have great interpersonal skills. Ultimately, you must enjoy helping other people solve problems. And this is why so many students end up loving the tech sales career path, is because they feel like they're making such a greater impact on the world because they're helping businesses solve problems, which then in return help customers live better and happier lives. So it's a win-win situation. I'm confident if you've made it to this point in the course, you have a strong work ethic and grit. So I'm not worried about that, but that's the beauty of software sales and tech sales is it's a performance-based career. So long as you have the work ethic and you're willing to put in the work, you're going to be okay and you're going to be successful, and that will make or break your performance. Click the link below to start your free training now. So as you think about an example here, Kyle's got the work ethic. He had been working in a factory, manual labor, and I'm not sure if you've done something like that, but I certainly understand as someone who used to only mow lawns, do mulching and all that stuff, working with your hands is tough. And Kyle got to a point where he felt like the work wasn't sustainable, working with his body, clocking in, clocking out. And it made him frustrated because he knew that there was more out there, but he didn't know how because he didn't have a degree, never had any sales experience until he came across tech sales around age 39 and realized that he could change his life. Within 3 months living in Indiana, of completing CourseCareers, he got a $60,000 a year sales development position. And what I want you to really read here is what Kyle shared. I absolutely cannot wait to complete the success story and be an example of what CourseCareers can do for someone with drive. If you have the drive and the work ethic like Kyle and you want to improve your life, imagine what could happen once you get in tech sales and you don't have to worry about money anymore and you have that upward trajectory. That's what's possible and that's what's in front of you. Once you go through our program, you'll always be able to get a job. The skill set, as we talked about, why sales development, it's always in demand because companies always need to be increasing revenues and money. So once you gain the skill set of how to prospect, what to say, how to navigate these tools, how to navigate interviews, you'll have a skill set that it is better. You can't inflate out a skill set. It's the best investment you ever can make because that knowledge will be with you for the rest of your life, and you'll always be able to find a job once you have the information. A question we get is, well, why would I pay for CourseCareers when I could just learn the information on my own for free? As someone who makes the free content, I've made 800 videos talking about tech sales on my YouTube channel, and I get a lot of questions, and folks are looking for personalized, curated experiences to save them time. You could go to my YouTube page, you could go read a blog, and you could go start to find different puzzle pieces of information you need, but it's never going to be all together, and it's going to waste you a lot of time. And this is what Troy did. When he was trying to get his foot in the door, he's like, I can learn everything for free online. And even after spending 12 hours a day learning for over a month all the information, it still was not enough to get hired and get his foot in the door. With this program, it has all of the knowledge, information to teach you the skills that you need to know to get hired, to get the interview, to be successful in the interview, and to be successful once you start as a sales development rep. It's going to be a much better use of your time than trying to just go find everything online for free because it's not sustainable. And those people who think, hey, it's not worth the money, they're not serious about investing in themselves and getting better. So I would highly encourage you to ask yourself, how serious are you? Because once you start down the path, there's an incredibly high conversion rate because the CourseCareers program allows you with absolutely no experience, no degree, and there's hundreds of success stories on the homepage. Click resources, student success stories. There's so many examples of folks that go from just no really future ahead to tech sales. Oh, all of a sudden I'm making 60K. I'm a year away from making 100K, 6 figures. Wow, this is incredible. And as a part of the program, it's the quickest way into a tech sales career. Over 14 hours of content. You have 3 curated books, quizzes along the way to test knowledge. And our main objective for you and all of our students is to help you get a full-time position and or internship ASAP. That's the objective of the program, the North Star, and what we're going to help you do. The program is broken out into 5 sections: sales basics, sales skills, sales tech, sales process, interview prep. You'll learn everything required to get hired into a full-time position or internship. Sales basics is this walk to walk, talk to talk. What are all the terms, the acronyms you need to know, all of the buzzwords? How do you find companies? Who do you look for in these companies? Sales skills, screen shares, the exact prospecting strategy I follow that's helped me generate over $10 million in pipeline and close $1 million in revenue in my software sales job. You are learning all of my proven messaging, all of my strategies, cold calling script, cold emailing. It's really a collection of everything you need to know that you can apply to use to get the job and be successful in the job. Sales technology, how to use a customer relationship management system like Salesforce, HubSpot, CRM, sales engagement, sales data. What are the tools, and just how do you become proficient in the tech so that you can show up to an interview and say, oh, I've used that. I already know what that is. And anyone who's went to college doesn't know what these are or who have never used them before. So it's such an advantage in these processes. Sales process, what is sales cycle, prospecting, cadence, methodology, everything you need to know to do your research, to do your outreach, to do your discovery based on what has worked for me and hundreds of students at other tech companies, the exact process you're following, and then interview prep as well. How do you optimize your LinkedIn, resume, interview, job success, etc. Everything you need to know in a curated, easily digestible format that builds on one another. And one of the best attributes of the program is the small groups. You're the sum total of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So if you're hanging around people who are also not really trying to get better or in hourly jobs, they're not going to get ahead. So we pair you with small groups of other like-minded, motivated students who are also on this journey to transform their lives. So in these small groups, you'll be able to ask questions, you'll be able to meet with them, network, you'll help pull them along, demonstrate leadership, they'll help pull you along. And you wouldn't believe some of the relationships that have been forged. And some folks will go on to become entrepreneurs, to become CEOs that will then be endless networking opportunities for you to keep building up. The student Discord group, of course, access to all the students, live coaching community calls, guest speakers from time to time, which is really unique. My favorite section in the Discord group is the graduated tab, folks talking about their certificate and just what the experience has meant to them. And there's just some incredible stories in there. The reason why CourseCareers is able to offer such value with a one-time payment of $499, or you can break it out into 4 payments of $150. The reason why it's such a competitive cost compared to other options is because we set out to partner with partner employers that pay CourseCareers to hire you. They pay us just to have access to hire you. So upon completing the course, they will reach out to you to interview you. Of course, you'll have to do some work to set up more interviews if you want, but you can complete the course and then get reached out to immediately, and they pay CourseCareers for access to you because they value the information that you learn, because it's been proven that the reps that go through CourseCareers are at such an advantage compared to the reps that don't have experience or even have a degree. You have such a lopsided advantage going through the program that it puts you in such a better position to getting hired than any other path. Companies like Dun & Bradstreet hiring over 100 of our students fully remote. Companies like No.B4 hiring hundreds of students, 65, 80K starting pay. Companies like Lightspeed, more so based in Canada, hiring quite a few of our SDRs. How valuable is this program? $70,000 a year annual earnings in as little as 3 months of completing the program. What would that do to your life with that amount of money coming in? How would that alleviate any worries? What would you be able to invest in? Would you move? Who would you be able to help? Imagine that level of income. That is obtainable, and that's happening today with hundreds of our students, and that can be you by investing in the program, a skill set that you can use the rest of your life, so you'll always be set and you'll be future-proof in the marketplace once you learn the skill set. And within as little as 1 to 2 years of starting in sales development, having access to 6 figures. How does CourseCareers compare to your other alternatives? Well, you could go to college, pay $100,000 a year and be in debt forever, 10-year return on investment. I don't know about that. You could go to trade school, incredibly noble, work with your hands for a while, also pay a ton of money to get started. You could go to a predatorial sales boot camp where they ask tens of thousands of dollars and don't even have the results to back it up. Or they'll require a percentage of your income after you start, which is super exploitative and something I certainly would not recommend doing. Meanwhile, with CourseCareers, you will make all of your money back within 2 days. And I know it sounds too good to be true, but look at the math. You get hired in a $70,000 a year sales development position. You'll be making $1,350 a week. If you take the amount of money you'll make in a week divided by 5 business days, $270 per business day, and that's before tax. So you'll have to pay the tax, man. But within 2 days, you're paying for the entire cost of the course. Literally within 2 days, the investment to get started, learn the information, and it will pay for itself immediately, and the rest of it will be upside. So every day you wait to get that $70,000 a year salary, think about how much money you're missing out on being able to earn just by waiting and not taking action. The numbers are staggering if you really do the math and add it up. To get started in CourseCareers, it's a one-time payment of $499, or you can do a 4-time payment installation of $150. And this is a flat cost with no contracts, no extra fees, unlimited access to all the information and all of the content, even after there are updates. And there's a lot of add-ons like guest speakers as well, which come in, which I think is really helpful to our students. And of course, there's a money-back guarantee. If you sign up and decide, hey, this isn't for me, I don't actually want to do it, or hey, I don't like the content, which I don't think is going to be the case because I recorded all of it, and I think you're going to get a lot out of it, you can get your money back and request a refund within 14 days of registering. And you absolutely can do it. And we totally respect you for it. We don't fight you for it because we ultimately want what is best with you. And we're confident once you get in the material, you're going to say, this is great. It's going to take me some time to finish. I'm willing to put in the work because once I complete it, the upside is just too great to wait. So as we can list off so many of these student success stories, so I encourage you to go to the main homepage and listen to them speak themselves because they do a way better job than me. But rapid fire here, Levi, college dropout, no sales experience at age 23 to a full-time sales development rep making over $65,000 in Austin, Texas. Incredible tech market. Congrats, Levi. Ben's actually a feature later in the course for his LinkedIn. He's got a great LinkedIn example if you go look at it. College dropout, working in as a middle school janitor to an SDR on track to make over $80,000 fully remote. Middle school janitor, sweeping up the floors to sitting on his couch in a sweatshirt, making literally 2-3x he was making before. Incredibly transformational. Nyla, Starbucks barista, making espressos at age 19 in a unionized shop probably. No great future ahead. Where do you go from that point upwards to now a fully remote sales development rep making over $60,000? Congrats, Nyla. Incredible work. Hitesh was a customer service rep making $35,000 with no sales experience at age 40. It's never too late. And now he's making over $65,000 as an SDR. Very similar skill set, but just different career paths. So once you get in tech sales, literally you could be making $20,000 more overnight if that's what you were making. Della, from military without a degree, no previous experience, to an account manager making over $100,000 a year with full benefits. She's got a tremendous video story. So I'd encourage you to go listen to hers. She's working with KnowBe4, one of our partner companies, but shout out Della, incredible outcome. And then Jacob, restaurant cook without a degree or any previous sales office experience to making $65,000 a year as an SDR. Congrats, Jacob. Another great experience there. You may be thinking, well, how difficult is this course? The course is definitely going to require some work. It's over 14 hours of content. And it's relatively simple compared to the other options out there, like trying to go find information for free or just go learn it in a book, whatever it may be. We've condensed exactly what you need to know in an easy, self-paced, digestible way. There's no complex math or technical skills required. The main challenge is just taking the time to really apply yourself to learning the information and working on your skills. Will you need to move to find a job? It's your decision. You could decide to stay where you're at, work fully remote, or maybe decide to move to another city based on the opportunity. So it's whatever you want, whatever is best for you. The tech sales career path will provide you that opportunity. Don't waste any more time. You could be getting closer to your new career. Click below to enroll in CourseCareers. I look forward to speaking with you in the very first module. I'll talk to you then. Super excited for you.
Click the link below to start your free training now.